Hello. 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 Welcome to F3, where it's myself, Mr. Darius Mazahari. Oh, Dr. Darius Mazahari, but anyway. Back with you again for another adventure around the beautiful Miami circuit, which has actually become a bit of a good track now. A bit of a renaissance of this track. It was terrible in the last game. And in this game, it's actually quite fun. That's my opinion, Bandier. We have 17 drivers on the grid. And they're all going to kick ass. And they're all going to hit the wall. And I have a bunch of energy tonight. So expect a very vibrant stream. And where is my little book with all the track numbers? Turn numbers. We're going to be ordering food halfway through the race, so I'll be stay tuned for that to see what's what and what we'll be getting. That's enough of a reason itself to keep watching. There's a bit of a Friday tradition here in ERO, deliberating what I order for food. Anyway, Miami, 19 turns in total, 3 sectors naturally enough, as we see Lex Hodd, after his little sabbatical, on a lap. Lex has shown good pace this season, a title contender between mostly himself and Mr. Micromash. Max Jr. Rezakinski has a race ban, which I didn't know about. Sorry, Max. So it's going to put a dent into his title aspirations. And we're going to see Lex at the moment, as Alex Theodore has retired, as he has a qualifying ban for being a nonce. Lex going into, I think it's turn 11 now. This track is very interesting, where there's a lot of different ways to take it. That invalid the attempt? No, it hasn't. A lot of curb you can take through these next parts here. I just see Lex making these micro adjustments as he's going through the turn 16, where Sparrow Mulpey was dominating in F4, until they lost it at the last second as Hayden Johnson goes fastest. As they lost it in the last lap on this very straight to Bastian Vries in the Red Bull. Great stuff. The title fight is well and thoroughly alive in F4. Kamil Blezikinski. I hope I pronounced your second name right, Kamil. 127.678. Where is that going to put him on the pecking order? He's currently P1, and that's going to put him P2, as Lex Hodd has done a 127.584. The Flying Dutchman back in ERO on good form. Louis Morel, whatever you want to be called these days, in the pits. And we see Edgar Phillips, Edzak, returning legend this season to Euro, and he's set a purple sector too. As he goes down that long straight to turn 17. This is actually a really nice track. Once you once you get over what it is, it's actually a really nice track. That's my point of view. That's what I'm going to be stating for it. Good morning, Luis Saligiero. Great race with you in F4 as Edgar Phillips goes provisionally P1 with a 127.505. Lovely stuff. 8 drivers setting a time so far. Axel Foley with a 145. That's not a real attempt. Sparrow Mulpey hot off there. P2 in F4 at 129.5. Dronin setting a mother of all bankers there. Everyone's favourite T-Rex. Now we have Mr. Sam Kent, who's a bit of a dark horse in the Euro, it must be said. He's in contention for... he's in that love him or hate him category, I suppose, which a few people are in the Euro. So, he's now on his flyer as he goes down the back straight. There's a bit of a yellow flag into turn 16, I believe. I think that's one of the Astons letting someone through. Now, here, it's tricky here. You don't want to take that much curb. That's pretty clean there from Sam. Wants to utilise as much of the track as possible. The exit of 16 up to 17 and 18. Sorry, 19 now. That was 17 and 18. And that's going to be a 127.6 for Sam. Sam's had some good results so far this season. However, he's going to want to build on those today and try and get a win. He's been very close at some points. Very close in Jeddah until disaster struck. Anyway, so Loic Mane into the pits after his first attempt. Sparrow is also going to be in the pits, I'm assuming. Louis still not out yet. Joe Hamster, who won in Brazil now last week in very interesting circumstances. There was a lot of chaos. Adam Bradshaw was leading the way, and then he wasn't, and then he pit too early for inters and everything else. It just led to Joe's win. So congratulations to Joe. And let's see what he can do today. Can he go back to back? Is he getting a bit of a toe? Is it from his teammate? Oh. A bit of teamwork from the two Ferrari lads. It's really love to see in the Scuderia. Their home race this weekend in Monza. I hope you're all tuning in to watch that in real life, to watch us Ferrari fans become eternally depressed yet again. With Lewis Hamilton looking very strong in P2 after Kimi Antonelli decided to send his car into the shadow realm. Now, Joe, what can we do here as we enter into the last true braking zone of this track, which is turn 17? As he comes through, you can see the Hard Rock Stadium for the Miami Dolphins in the background there. It's going to be the 128. It's going to be a 128.049. So it's good enough for P6 at the moment. Ronan has actually set a competitive lap time at 127.865. So plenty happening here at the moment. Yeah, most drivers have set a time. Louis still not. Isfod didn't set a time in F4 either for some reason. Zuchol, our host for today, on his outlap. One of the most famous people in ERO. Good lad. Must be said. And where is Zuchol going to be in his outlap? As Luis Saligiero also. Well, he goes P7 with a 128.053. So, three drivers very close between each other. As we see Edgar Phillips and Lex Hott, these guys are showing great pace. It's great to see. They're coming out for their second flying lap attempt. As there's a yellow flag in Sector 1, and that is Lex letting the Red Bull, I think, of Wrongson passes it. No, it's not Wrongson. It must be Luis. Wrongson was at 128.174 to start off. Anyway. So just under 9 minutes to go in qualifying. We see a few drivers starting now. And Louis, I think Louis is going to try and do a last to first or something today. He's up to some tricks. Only one safety car in F4, even though with the most bonkers of all crashes I've ever seen. As we see already someone typing in the chat. Oh, Matthew's just complaining about his time. That's nothing new. Let's have a little look here. So, Edzak not really up on his time, and he has used a lot of his battery here, as Isfod has actually indeed retired from the session, so he's not going to set a lap today. Edzak in the Williams, the Latvian, as he's coming up to turn 17 now. You can put this into second or third gear, whichever you feel more comfortable on the exit with, because traction is a bit of an issue in this, as Edzak is coming into the pits. He's not going to be setting another time for this attempt. Lex Hod, though, up 4/10 on his time. Hasn't invalidated there. It's taken those there. A lot of curve there. Hardly any curve on the exit of 16. And now he's half a second up on his time, so he's going to try and dominate here. And Lex taking a lot of curve there in turn 17. Taking a bit of curve there on 18. Kisses at 19, keeps a nice narrow line. That's going to be a 126.918, nearly 6/10 ahead of the field. However, Sam Kent sticking his car into P2. And that's going to be just under a tenth of the way from Lex, with just under 6.5 minutes to go here. As Camille also up to P4. What is Ronan doing now? Ronan's starting his lap. What can he do? He's in P5 at the moment. He needs to find nearly a second. It's challenging for the pole position for the front grid here. And well, Ronan's just did a bit of a Charles Leclerc. Matthew into P3 with a 127.4. Lap time's really beginning to drop. Is track evolution playing a big part here? That is the question. So we'll see what happens next as Hayden Johnson goes P8 with a 128.051. A lot of drivers in the 128 zeros, it must be said. 4 of them so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so field is quite close today, relatively speaking, even with Lex and Sam in their own little world. Not a whole lot separating them. Edzak coming out again now. Wants to make a statement here. Isfald's apologising for something. I'm not sure what he's done. Only driver not to set a time who still hasn't retired is Louis. He's obviously got some trick up his sleeve. As Zuchal has said, that's enough for qualifying. And who was that? That was that was an Alpine in the wall. Was that Alex Courtois? Was that Axel Foley in the wall? I think it was, you know. Well, that's Axel Foley's day done and dusted. Anyway, Edzak's probably going to get this lap, and well, unless he's going to do 2 out laps, we'll find out in a second. Well, he is using now, so what can Mr. Edgar Phillips will do? And we will ride on board with him here as he goes into the tricky braking zone of turn 1. Car will skid a bit there. Now coming up to 2. Now on to 3. Long swooping right-hander. Now it's a bit of a drag race down to turn 4, which is the cheeky left-hander here. You can just drop the gear into 5. Want to be careful of the curb on the inside. You can lose the car there. Now this long sweeping left-hander to 6 and up to 7. Let the car flow through there. You want to miss the curb on the inside there as best as you can. And now comes a long DRS zone that is 9, 10 and all the way to 11. Good overtaking spot here. Very nice to do a dive here. Want to touch the outside curb, which he's done, and then come in, touch the inside curb. Perfect, lovely stuff there. Now around 12 and 13, you got to be very careful not to lose the car here under traction either. Now, how much curb are you brave enough to take here without invalidating? He takes loads there. Does he invalidate? He does indeed. Unfortunately for him. So, recharge the battery and get around again. That is the plan of action for Mr. Edgar Phillips. Everybody else is in the pits or is about to come out for their final lap attempts here. We see Rongson and Louis Morel finally coming out for a lap to grace us with his presence. Well, does Edzak have enough juice? No, he doesn't. So he's going to come into the pits and he's going to try and get out just in time. Maybe he just didn't have enough fuel. Oh, he's actually retired, unfortunately for him, so it's going to be best P4. Matthew, for some reason, racing Louis. Well, Louis letting him through. Another driver on a hot lap here. And we're going to follow the first driver across the line, which should be Rongson, I think. Should be Rongson, though. We've got a Mercedes of Loic Mane. As Matthew will be our first driver here to set a time on this last attempt, as he's trying a little weave to warm up the tyres in the Red Bull. As we might have a late addition. As well, Micromash is actually retired. So what's happened there? I think Louis just wanted to do an outlap just to make his setup. Anyway, so Rongson. Oh, and Rongson's invalidated. Remco going to have to try and get in the car very quickly. Right, so that's Matthew's qualifying done. Best he can do is P3. Camille, 2/10 up in his time at the moment. He's going to be, whoa, well, that's pretty much his is done as well. Loic, 4/10 up on his time. So he's going to be looking around P5, P6 at the moment. Now, where is the Belgian driver going to finish up here? As he rounds turn 17, now 18. Sparrow's done enough as well. And turn 19. And it's going to be a 127.4. And that's good enough for P4, second row for the Belgian. Now, Joe Hamster, what can he do? He's improved by 3.5 tenths. And this could easily be, as Sam Kent has gone on pole position. Great stuff here from the Englishman. He's up to P1. Can his Ferrari teammate Joseph Hearn do anything to combat that? Can he also get his nose in the front row, the second row? It is indeed the second row. It's going to be a Ferrari 1-3 with a Kick Sauber in the middle. Anyway, next on is Ronan. Can he do anything? He's currently improving by 3.5 tenths. It really seems the later you come out here, the better it is. And he's going to be our last driver on track. Where's Ronan going to finish up? Is he going to challenge for the first or second row? He's going to have to make a big improvement if he does. As he goes around turn 18 now, through 19. Shorten the track as much as possible. That's a 127.2. And that is going to be on the second row for Ronan Clark, P4. Great stuff. And just to round out our qualifying grid, Sam Kent on pole position, followed by Lex Hodd. Then Joseph Hearn in P3, last week's race winner. Ronan Clark in P4, Kamil Gabez-Jakinski in P5, Matthew Wrightson, I should say his name properly for once, P6, Loic Mann in P7, Edgar Phillips P8, Luis Salagero P9, Doggy Man in P10, Aidan Johnson, Zucho in P11, Mark Sternickel P12, Sparrow, Axel, Louis, Isfod, and Alex round out the rest of the grid. As we're just waiting on drivers to make some setups here, and then we will get underway. One, two, three, four, 5 red lights, and we are underway for F3. Away we go. Sam gets, it looks to be a decent enough start there No Lex Hod, as is a McLaren already spinning there, and looks to be Camille. Sam keeping the position into turn one. What's happening behind him? No carnage just yet. Everyone seems to be holding position. Ronan and Joe fighting, and so is Lewis and Hayden further down the field. Everyone seems to be surviving the opening skirmish, I think, as there is a yellow flag, and that looks to be Hayden Johnson, who's actually not survived. No safety car just yet. So Sam Kent keeping his position, Ronan, Lex keeping his, Joe keeping his, and Ronan. The top four remains unchanged. Matthew in P5, Loic in P6, Edgar in P7, Camille in P8, Sparrow in P9. As Hayden, well, Hayden's gone. I think he's retired on track. Well, it looks like he's retired on track there or something. Anyway, well, we'll continue on there as we're down to 17 drivers in tonight's race in F3. And the field is kept pretty close together. Joe Hamster, the only driver who would be outside of DRS theoretically. As Hayden says he got rear wing damage, unfortunately for him. That's bad luck. Louis Morel already up to P9, carving his way through the field. Alex Theodore and Luis Saligero fighting. You can see further down the field of Remco and Isfad fighting. Alex, with his trademark aggressive style, the brother does not lie. Sam Kent obviously setting the fastest lap as he's the first driver to cross over the track, or the start-finish line after the first lap. Lap 2 of 29 is underway as we're just riding on board with Sam here, and you can see Lex is with him, but after that there's a bit of a gap already. And Joe is going to be a bit vulnerable to all these drivers behind him. We're going to have DRS. Camille very close to the back of Edzak here as well. These two are going to be fighting as well, especially with DRS wide open. Big train forming here. It's all about who gets the better exit here. You've got to slingshot the car around that turn there, which is turn 7 and 8. Try and take as much curb as possible, but keeping the car as settled as possible. So big DRS train forming, as we said. But here comes Micromash on Camille. Is he going to try and make the move? Well, Camille's fighting him back here. These two are going to go side by side into turn 11, I think it is. Louis is going to get the move done. Up next is his teammate. And the Polish man drops down to P9. Further out the field, Lex is going to be looking to make a move here. And Sam, is he with DRS? He's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining. Is he going to make the move into turn 17? He is indeed. DRS assisted overtake, and that is, well, hold on, Sam isn't giving this up here. That's a bit risky by Sam. A wee bit ambitious from the Englishman, it might be said. Alex and Sparrow fighting. However, and that's compromised him to behind now, because now Joe's going to have DRS. Sam is just struggling to stay in DRS. It takes a lot of curb into turn 1 there. Matthew sticking with the back of Ronan. Alex and Sparrow still fighting. Alex just making his own racing line here. Sparrow kind of cuts him off there. Ronan has to be careful here. Matthew might just bonk him if he's not careful. And he's closing in on Joe, so he's going to have DRS. Joe's going to be a bit vulnerable to these drivers behind. Ronan has gotten a better exit than Ronson down another one of the two main straights on this track, which is turn 9 to 11. Apparently turn 11 is called the Beach South and turn 12 is called the Beach North. So you learn something new every day. Anyway, Alex and Sparrow fighting yet again. And as soon as the safety car comes out, I am ordering some food. Problems as we see Loic go very wide. I think he's got damage. Yep, he does. And there's someone else is after going off there as well. And there's a lot of banging here. I think that's Edzak. He might have rear wing damage as well. There's a lot of carbon fibre on the ground. Loic and Camille also fighting. Loic's dropping down like a stone now. Unfortunately for him, does he have wing damage? Well, he must have. Yeah, he's got no right end plate. He's going to have to jump into the pits. But he elects not to. Interesting. Maybe wants to hang it out just a little while longer and then box for hards till the end. Axel Foley now getting past Loic as well. Let's just have a look at everybody's tyres to see what they're on. So Micromash down after that impressive start, back down to P17. This is what happens when you fight through the grid. And especially in a narrow track like this where qualifying is really important. Street tracks in F124 must be very enjoyable. It's probably the one aspect of this game I really, really enjoy is the street tracks. Sparrow now up to P7, fighting with Camille. Remco with the first driver of the day to get a 3-second time penalty. So currently Lex Hod is over a second clear of Sam Kent. And I'm going to be expecting Sam and Joe to be working together here in tandem to help each other. Rongson's dropped ever so slightly off the back of Ronan. Still within DRS. So it's Axel and Loic now fighting. Loic really, really dropping down the positions because of that lack of an end play on the right hand side. It's going to give him quite some bad understeer, especially in Sector 2 where it's, well, you need the downforce. So Ronan here is not really gaining all that much. I don't think he's trying to gain, to be honest. As Matthew really coming in there hot, it has to be said. He's gaining now. I think he's got a much better exit than Mr. Hamster. As Rongson set the fastest lap of the race so far at a 1:30.111. Into turn 1 we go. Camille into the pits. His strategy's a bit upside down now because he's started on the hards. He's going to be in the pits already. Safety car really shakes things up now, especially when strategies start getting split. As these four are very close to each other. As Edzak is gone now. Has he retired in the pits? I think he has. He has indeed. That's his day done. He must have had rear wing damage from that incident in turn 16. Unfortunately for them. Further back up the field. As we see these four drivers still in tandem here. And this is all playing nicely into Lex Hod's hand. Oh, as Joe with a bit of a dive on Sam. Ronan arriving here, and Sam has been compromised there. I think his teammate has done him a bit of a naughty there. He's dropped all the way down from P2 to P5 to the back of this train of four drivers. All of them very close to the wall. They're flirting with danger. I think Sam's going to be having words with his teammate after that one. That was an interesting dive there. Maybe it was a position where Joe felt like he had to make it. Otherwise, the drivers behind would have been attacking him. An unfortunate position if that is the case. Anyway, so it's Joe leading this pack. 3.5 seconds is the lead now between Joe and Lex. The only thing that can really derail Lex at this point is Camille's the second driver to get a 3-second time penalty. The only thing that really derail Lex now is a poorly timed safety car. Now 4 seconds is the lead. As Alex Theodore, tiny bit off this train. He needs to get his acting gear if he wants to catch up. Alex with a qualifying ban is up to P6. It must be said, great stuff. Loic in P8 fighting with Axel Foley. Does Loic have that end plate yet? He does not. Or does he? I can't tell. No, he doesn't. So but we're going to go back up here as Matthew is closing down. If Matthew can keep his head, he's got a podium here. But he has to keep his head, which is very difficult for Matthew. Ronan is gaining as well. Axel and Loic fighting further down the field still. Ronan's a clever customer, you know. He knows just to kind of sit back. He knows to wait. Let them make the mistakes as Mark Sternagel and Luis Salagiero are fighting now. Just don't get any penalties as we see a driver ghosted for some reason. I think that was Joe. Sparrow with a 3-second time penalty. They didn't do that in F4, but they're doing it here in F3. Loic and Axel fighting yet again. And Ronan's really draining that battery. Matthew holding a bit of his battery behind. This is good from him. This is clever. Joe really cooked the battery here. And Lex has just darted off into the distance. 5.5 seconds. Now yellow flag in sector 3. Has someone gone off? It looks like Axel doing the spinneroonies after turn 17 into 18 now as he I say nothing. Axel into the pits. Anyway, as he's retired from the session, unfortunately for him. So Matthew now very close to the back of Joe. I think he was a bit too close coming out of turn 7 there. And turn 8 is also known as Marina. Interesting. Top speeds here of around 324 kilometers an hour. So one of the quicker tracks on the calendar due to those long straights and long DRS zones. Matthew now getting very close to the back of Joe. Yellow flag in sector 2 now as it looks like Camille is gone. That is going to bring out the safety car. Lex hasn't passed the safety car or the pit entry, so he's going to get a free pit. All the top 6 are going to pit here by the looks of it. I'd be surprised if they don't. It's going to go from bad to worse for Joe and Sam because, well, if Sam's got any brains here, he's going to slow down a tiny bit and let Joe pit. Anyway, Lex into the pits. What is Hamster going to do? Into the pits. Wrong. Matthew with an interesting pit entry. Kent, Ronan, Alex. Next up is Sparrow, who elects to stay out. Everyone else is going to go into the hard tyres. Loic, Mark, Remco staying out. Luis in, Isfot in, and what is Mr. Louis Morel going to do? Who was out of this race at one point, now he's right back in the mix. Some drivers electing to go into the mediums. Well, just Louis. As Sparrow's already caught up the safety car. Camille has left the session. We'll try and get you back in. So already we've lost a total of 5 drivers. What happened to Sucho? What happened to Sucho? What happened to Camille? Huh? Oh, and I just realised it's safety car, so I'm going to be ordering my food now. And there's 7% off, or what is it, £7 off Deliveroo? That's a W. Right, guys, so what are we ordering tonight? Let's have a little see. As Rosh Russell's end the race, Sparrow leads. Sparrow does indeed lead. They are, well, for the time being anyway. As we do see Marina, or whatever it's called. As, oh my god, Sucho wants to join commentary. Zucho? Let's try and get him into the party. And he is here indeed, Mr. Bartholomew Zuznik. I hope I pronounced it correctly.
Yeah, it's quite good. Hello, hello.
Hello. How are you, buddy?
Very good. Not good after this race, but technically it's very good.
Is this the first time we've actually ever spoke? Oh wait, we're back racing. Never mind. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I think it's the first time.
Oh wow! As Joe is after getting a 10-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags, he's going to probably try and get that removed towards the end or after the race.
Yeah, I think I saw this Zauber spun and Joe just overtake him.
As Lexhard is indeed down to
Oh!
P4.
Joe hit a wall.
Oh, I've just seen him play fly off there.
Oh, Joe without the right part of the wing.
As now Joe and Lex going side by side. Joe's race has been a bit derailed by all this now. And Sam Kent is...
Oh, what a sand.
Oh, wow. Oh, la la. There's more yellow flags here. Remco going off the track there. And it looks like... Is that Lex Hod? It is Lex Hod.
Yes, Lex Hod spun.
Our championship contender. And he's now... Does he have wing damage? He does. He's missing a right end plate and half of the right-hand side of his wing.
To be honest, I love F3. It's very, very good
entertaining.
Content. Yes, entertaining so much.
Content's a good way of putting it, my friend.
Yeah, they're racing like my Padavans.
As DRS is enabled, Remco into the pits. Sparrow still leading the way here.
Oh, no way, Ronkson is on P2.
Ronkson isn't P2. Ronkson has the net race lead here. Don't say it too loudly. Because Sparrow still has to pit. I'm just saying. Ronkson with the net race lead.
Oh, Ronkson maybe go for
Oh my
victory.
God, could you imagine the scenes if Matthew wins here?
You imagine what will be on the chat?
He'll tag everybody. He'll tag Liv now. He'll be like, Liv now, I finally won a race.
Yes.
As Joe is indeed into the pits under a fresh set of mediums due to their damage of their wing. How are you, Zuchol? I feel like I give you a lot of abuse. I never actually asked how you were.
Yeah, I'm good. It was a very good race today, to be honest, on F4.
Where'd you finish? P3?
P4,
okay.
Poor 3 seconds penalty, unfortunately.
The same.
Like always.
The same for me. Otherwise, I finished P3 because I finished ahead of Daniel.
Camille also have this fucking... sorry. This 3 seconds penalty.
As Ronan making a diamond,
so
Remco. You're okay. It's okay.
Cool, so sorry, YouTube administration. Yeah, actually, Remco driving very well.
As Liv now just texted me, goes, if Matthew actually says that, I'll DDoS him. As Ronan and Remco still fighting here, Ronan getting a bit aggressive, and Mark Sternagel joining into the scenes here. And we've also got Micromash and Louis Saligero arriving on the scene too. Everyone's getting involved here in the middle of the pack. Sparrow, 2 seconds ahead.
Remco driving very well, to be honest, on the old hard tires.
Yeah. As I think Bastian or someone said his name is Sweaty Chicken. Is that correct in Dutch? Stinky Chicken or Sweaty Chicken? I don't ask questions with these people. I just, As Louis now to P7, overtaking said Sweaty Chicken. Mark and Ronan also fighting.
Yeah, to be honest, Remco today on F4 made a spectacular move on turn 1.
As Sparrow is spun.
Sparrow.
Oh God. The bird has laid its egg.
And now we have Ronkson on P1.
This is incredible. Actually, hold on a second here. Oh, shit. That was a bit dangerous from Matthew now. I've seen him do 2 things this race so far, which was a bit suspicious. One of
To
them
be
involved
honest, Alex and Ronxon, it looks for me like a accident. These two guys is very aggressive.
What am I watching here? As both of them weaving on each other. Matthew getting back to the race lead from turn one.
Ronxon back to leader. Oh my god.
Oh, my. Jak
What
się
a
masz?
race.
Isn't that how you say it in Polish?
What?
Jak się masz is how are you, isn't it?
Yes, jak się masz? Yes,
Jak
yes.
się masz, yes.
Jak się masz? Yeah, it's. I see you are good in Polish.
I
think
used
better,
to. I used to have
better than
Polish
my
from
English.
I doubt that. I say kurwa, I say jak się masz, and cześć. Cześć is hello, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But this one word, it's
It's every
best,
Slavic
the
language,
best.
yeah.
Yes. Everybody knows what does mean.
Yeah, I had a Polish lady friend at one point in my life, and I learned one or two words. Anyway, Ronxon still leading the way here. As Alex is getting in at 16
neck
here.
and neck. Oh, Remco 3 seconds.
As Libnow says, Rukam si mame? Mami?
Mami.
I don't
Mami.
know. Whatever. Alex Theodore again getting the race lead here. Sam Kent, who dropped all the way back into P8 or P9 at one point, is now up to P3. I better order my food.
Yeah, can't wait.
Can't
What
wait.
Yes, what
Can't
Matthew and Alex will do. Oh, or no. You don't want to wait. He just
Can't
kissed
wait.
Matthew on back of his car.
No. The thing is now is that Lex Harder was leading this race by nearly 7 seconds at one point. He's down to P11. He's got a lot of work to do if he wants to catch back up. He probably needs another safety car, to be honest. Speaking of Lex Hard, he has set the fastest lap of the race at a 1:30.008.
Oh, Micro Mesh will attack Mark, I think, now.
Looks like he is. He's using a bit of battery here. Is he going to make the
down
dive?
Inside. Yeah, inside. Oh, or no.
Or yes.
Or yes.
This track is really nice to drive in this game, isn't it?
Yes, yes. I thought it would be a worse race, but it's good.
We see here and Jeddah are very, very nice tracks to drive in this game.
Yes, yes.
The street tracks work really, really well.
I think this track. There. Oh, what are you doing? Oh my God! What did I say? What did I say? What did I say?
He's after killing Alex. He's after killing himself.
What did I say? These two guys.
And that puts Sam Kent into the race lead and T-Rex into P2.
God.
Louis Morel up to P3. How is Louis, who's somehow out of this race at one point, now he's up to P3? Matthew just committed suicide there.
Matthew, it's like amazing guy. I love him. I love him when he's racing. And I know already that Matthew will make a report on Alex.
Well, as Lex setting another fastest lap of the race. I was riding on board with Matthew for that as well.
Oh, Micro Mesh attack now, Ronan.
And as Matthew's has he got a damaged wing? It's hard to see from this angle.
Yes, he have.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Micro Mash now up to P2.
Oh, popular T-Rex now on on P3 now.
I think Micro Mash will have to pit again here. It'd be very difficult to go to the end on these hards.
Yeah, but to be honest, hard tires on this track.
Dobre.
Yes, very, very dobre. Not used too much.
As Liv now is making loads of memes.
I drove on these tires like 16 laps and I had only 25% of using them, so...
But you're a goat, so...
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Matthew again.
Fair play.
To be honest, as Matthew is into the pits, and that is his chance to win in the bin.
Yeah, like always. Like always.
I say nothing.
Everybody wait for this, but
Man, it was always going to
will,
happen.
when it will come, Matthew is cooking.
He's actually blamed Alex as well.
Yes, yes. Come on, I want to see neck
The
and
roof,
neck now.
I caught it on stream, but anyway.
Alex
Isfod in
front.
P7, great to see it. Him and Alex are going to fight again now in a second. We want more of these
Alex
two
in
battling.
front.
Yeah,
3 seconds.
As Matthew has cut the pit entry on one of his pits, and now he's cut the pit exit on another of his pits. He's having a bit of a nightmare here, to be honest.
Maybe we should make a record on Matthew.
Hyper Q.
And see crying on chat.
As Bjorn Ramison has said, how is in the Red Bull car with me today? Angry is my name on the game. I agree, Bjorn. The angry Danish.
angry Danish driver, yeah.
Angry Danish driver with angry Danish logic. Anyway, Ronan closing in. Many.
Diving on Mark.
Yes. That's how you do dive into the last corner. You miss the curb. You don't just ride the curb and then go straight into a wall.
Yeah, very good driving from these two.
Yeah, Loic and Mark. Mark's one of the cleanest drivers in ERO, must be said. He always gives space. He always drives very fair.
Mark is like Spanish Nikhil. Or no, he's
German.
Yeah, oh, sorry. German Nikhil.
Ero's had it all. Eero have had their share of Spanish drivers, most notably Mr. Troncoso.
Yeah, to be honest, Spanish drivers on Eero, it's every time it's like a problem for everybody. Especially on F4.
Yes, well, no comments. No comments.
Yes, leave it.
Let sleeping dogs lie. I don't know if you ever heard that expression. But further up the field, Sam Kent leading the way here by just under 3 seconds. He's got those faster tires than Louis as well.
Ronald had a destroy wing.
Does he?
Wing damage on Ronald.
On the front right end plate, indeed he does.
Maybe Louis cooking something.
Could you imagine if Louis gets a podium here? That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Where he finished on F4?
I have no idea. I think he finished behind me, P8 or P9 or something.
Yeah, now it's quiet on track. Only Mark and Manny fight again. Remco pits.
Trying to think here. So tonight's meal will be fish and chips.
Oh, Ronxon 10 seconds and Ronxon DNF. Rage quit from Ronxon.
Matthew. Sparrow into the pits.
Now I come to the F3 chat on Discord.
I think all of us are. Well, Matthew says he's done.
Oh, I don't want to tell what Matthew writes on F3 chat, but...
Oh, God.
He's not happy with Alex driving.
No, it doesn't look like it. But I don't think Alex did too much wrong, if I'm going to be honest. We say nothing.
And Matthew writing on caps lock, so that's mean. It's very mean. hard time for Matthew now.
It is a difficult time, and I mean you must respect.
And he called Alex cheater. I don't know why, but
Alex is a big cheater.
Alex is cheater and now driving on P9. Okay, all right.
Alex is big cheater.
Mark and Manny again fighting very clean.
These two have been at it all race long as we enter into lap 19 of 29, and Louis Morel is closing in on Mr. Sam Kent as Mark is going through the exact corners where Charles Leclerc binned the car 2 years ago now.
Oh, what a good remembering.
It's it's
All the
pain.
poor moments of Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, well, one of many, unfortunately. Mark and Loic here, though, going into
Oh,
it, where I think Lewis Hamilton and Yuki Tsunoda battled
oh,
it out
Mark
this
lock up,
season.
I think.
And Bannick straight back in there. So, as it stands at the moment, Ronan seems to be keeping the position. I think he's settled into P3 now. As a yellow flag is Isfod gets a 3 second time penalty, and he seems to be stuck.
Oh, Sparrow spun
Oh, Sparrow, is
again
it? Sorry. Oh.
on turn 2.
As Matthew is asking to be put in F4.
Oh, and lost wing. Ah, poor race from Sparrow. But we understand this. Sparrow
Well,
had a very
yeah.
difficult race on F4.
Did you see what happened to them? The last corner.
I saw
They
like,
lost it.
because I had a fight also with Camille and Luis.
Yeah.
Yes, Luis is the truth. But Sparrow really had good fighting on these mediums.
Mm.
He was the only guy
Yeah.
on mediums on the last stint.
Yeah, there's good stuff from them. Now, just the gap is just over
P2.
1 second. Sorry to cut across you,
No problem.
Bartholomew.
Yeah, micro, yes. 1 second only to count.
I think in this part of the track where they're in now, you can gain a lot of time if you just know the correct line, because you can really cut these curbs. As I think Michael actually going to lose a bit of time here. He is. Is he going to have DRS? That's the question. As they pass through the detection point, I don't think he's going to actually.
Yes. No.
Yet.
He doesn't have.
As Lewis really sliding around the place now.
You think Sam can leave Ferrari cars behind him and win the race?
Joe Hamster won last week in Brazil, so it might be a Ferrari back to back here. As Joe gets a 3 second time penalty. Zuchal has a dog, everyone. Zuchal has a dog. Love it, mate.
Yeah,
as soon as I move into my new apartment, I'm going to get one. I'm going to get a little cockapoo.
Very close to Sam, really.
Yeah, he really is, isn't he? There's 9 laps to go here at the moment.
This Williams is flying.
Louis quick.
17 laps of hard tires.
Louis is quick, it must be said.
Yeah, I think he will overtake Sam on the next straight, I think.
Yeah, the DRS is very powerful in this track, and we see Sam charging up that battery already. Louis got already more than him, though, as Ronan really dropped off the pace with that wing damage now. He seems to be maintaining everything quite well. He'll end up on the podium as long as no drama happens between now and the end of the race.
I see you rode with with Matthew.
Yeah, well, I just gotta shut him up. He's ringing me now.
Oh my god, he won't go to F4. No. Not on my watch.
No.
Definitely not. Imagine Matthew fighting with Quesada.
No. Matthew and Quesadilla, no.
Oh my god. Or two Indians.
Matthew is saying that Alex forced him to overtake him. Anyway, Louis Morel has DRS. He's within a second back to the real world here. I'm just going to order this food, even though I want salt and vinegar. I might just have to go to the shop and buy some vinegar.
How somebody can force... No, oh my god, I don't really understand.
I believe Matthew. I trust Matthew.
Yes.
I just trust him.
I think Matthew... Oh, what happened with... it's Sparrow.
So it must be said, it's quite unfortunate here that Lex, who has had such good pace all race, he's down all the way to P8 at the moment.
Manny again.
As Manny and Jevi are already fighting.
Yeah, Manny made a Good overtakes here. How many positions he gained?
That slip now is giving me a great one. It's giving me a great meme. Live now cooking with the memes this evening. Absolutely cooking.
Oh, Micro gained 13 positions.
Yeah, and here he comes again now, looking
I
for the
think
lead.
It will be 14.
Into turn one, he elects to back out safe. That's a championship winning mentality. That is. That's what a champion does. They don't make the stupid moves. They know the points are going to get very important. Clever play from the Englishman there. I know he's lost a bit of time to Sam now here, but he's avoided a potential crash or spin or something to derail the race.
Yeah, he just knows he will overtake Sam. He don't need like a crazy move.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to do them.
Or like some Red Bull.
And it's really gaining here. Micro into the lead. Just like that.
Yes.
A good demonstration to all the drivers that you don't have to go for suicide bombing moves every corner.
Very easy move.
Yeah. And just like that, up to P1.
Or little mistake from Micro, and now Sam is very close.
He is very close. He's going to have DRS here. Is he going to come back at him? That is the question. Gaining. The Englishman in the Ferrari. Can he get the position? Yes. He can. Buyaka Nashak up to P1.
Too much speed from Sam.
Takes a bit of curb there on the exit of 17.
Kimi Raikkonen. From number.
But here comes Louis again. And is he going to get the move into turn one? What's where Sam going to go? He's going to force him wide. And again, Louis elected to stay behind.
Yes.
Louis I think Louis has better
very smart racing.
Yeah, it's good to see, isn't it?
No.
As these two are really pulling each other away from Ronan now. Ronan's 6 seconds away. As we just got a handful of laps to go.
Lex catching Istvat.
I'm sorry for Lex, to be honest.
Yeah, Lex, unfortunately.
Well, here we go again, as Micro has a massive tank of ERS to unload whenever he decides.
Yeah,
but now, even
smart. Now... Very smart, not here. On the next straight.
I agree. He knows exactly what he's doing here.
What a smart guy. Why is he racing here?
Needs to have a good few corners here. Has a good few corners there in the chicanes as Lex does get past this pod. And we're going to see Louis try and take the move here. He's already gaining. He's dumping that battery. He's going to have DRS and he's going to have the battery advantage. Sam using everything that he has in the tank to try and stay ahead, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Louis going to have to go the long way around, but he can't get the move done. Sam with some good defending here on the border between hard racing and dirty racing, but it's fine for the moment.
Yeah, Louis did not use the ERS. No. So I think he just wait for the best time for make a final move.
Yeah, he just has to be careful because he's going to be in the dirty air of Sam. As these two streaking away here.
He is too good to... For this.
As I just can't believe Matthew. I actually can't get over that with Matthew.
I want to see this report and waffling with Alex. I want to see Alex's reaction for this.
I know. Yeah, he's still typing.
He even don't know that Matthew blamed him for everything what happens on the world.
Still typing.
Oh, some yellow flag, but I think Sparrow left.
Okay.
Guys. Oh, Louis fight with Mark. Oh no.
Oh!
I saw some wing flying, but I don't know which of car it's. Anyway, Micro finally make a move on Sam, but Sam fight back.
Here we go again, and Sam Kent.
Oh, but the better exit from Micro.
I think he was just smoother on the traction, but hold on, is Sam Ken gaining here? He's not. And Sam's cooked his whole battery now, so now it's his turn to play cat in this game of cat and mouse.
Yes.
And I did not get tickets for Oasis. Pain. Anyway, Sam now going to have a big helping of DRS, but Louis just seems to get a great exit there. But here he comes. These are going to be battling out until the very end. Now, Sam has any brain here. He's going to follow exactly what Louis did, which is just stay behind. Don't overtake here, which I don't think he's going to be able to get close enough. No. As Sparrows went on to the wets. Both drivers need a good chicane here. They do seem to do that. Sam's had a bit of a moment there, and that's really cost him.
Yeah, I think Micro is just too fast maybe for Sam, but I know Sam is a fighter.
Yeah, I like that.
He needs to be. He needs to be.
Well, Louis has a bit of a shake there on the exit of 18.
It's like twerking from Michael.
Yeah, it was twerking there for a second. This car was twerking.
Oh my God.
You just got to be careful here now because Sam does have those fresher tires, and Louis' tires are probably cooked.
Very interesting tactic from Sparrow.
Yeah, being on the wets is an unusual one, it must be said.
Maybe he has some calling from Jeff about weather conditions.
About the ERS, as Remco and Joe fighting further down the field. It's the first overtake we've seen in a while, as these two going at it. Every driver who finishes here does get points today.
Well, I think Lex maybe finish on P5. Chasing Louis and Mark.
Yeah, it just looks like Louis is just too quick, isn't it? He's starting to drop Sam ever so slightly. With just 3 laps to go, we're going to enter into lap 28.
Lex diving on Louis. Oh, very clean, very clean. Or switch back. No. It's too hard to make here switch back.
You know Swiss Stack killed me in the race today.
Yeah, I heard on the radio from Swiss Stack.
He killed me. As there's a yellow flag against Sparrow. It is.
He's like wondering what happened to you, but
because he closed the door on me. He just shut the door in my face.
He just laughed.
He laughed.
Come on, in Alpine, we always
laugh. Yeah, he laughed. I will end him. I will end him. I'm just wondering if you blame him.
I
do blame him, but I'm not going to report him because it doesn't matter. It. What's the point, you know?
Yeah, Sistak had a poor incident that his game crashed on this last safety car.
Oh shit! He's on PlayStation 4 though, right?
Yeah, I think, but I think he has, yes.
But do you know Swiss Stack in real life? Like, are you friends outside of Euro?
On real life, no.
Oh.
In real life, no. We don't see each other. But
I thought you were like best friends in real life.
I knew him from a very long time. Before Euro, so from other
before
leagues. Yeah. Anyway, it's last lap, and I think Sam going to cook something.
Yeah, but he's going to have to try and charge the battery up as best as he can here. Half a second.
He doesn't have any battery, to be honest.
But he's been very aggressive on the curbs here. He's taken a lot of curb. That's actually compromised him here.
Maybe DRS help, but I don't know.
And as you said, Lex Hod is up to P5 at the moment.
maybe few laps more and he will catch many, but unfortunately for him it will end on the end of this lap.
As he will stick with his battle at the front here.
I don't think that Sam will overtake Mio Micro, or maybe on the last straight.
Well, he's really gaining now, and he needs to have a good sector here. He needs to have a good few turns. Stick with him as best he can.
These few corners will be particular for this race. Oh, well. No. I thought Micro hit the wall, but I think not.
I think that's going to be it.
And now the RS zone, very, very wide.
I think Sam's just going to run out of track here, unfortunately.
Yeah, only dive bomb like Lorangson will make things.
I still can't believe that dive bomb, to be honest. But hold on a second here.
Oh no!
As Alex stamps his authority on the race with another 3-second time penalty.
Win.
But it will be Mr. Louis Morel holding on for dear life.
Strong P2 from Sam.
Sam Kent from P2.
Quiet P3.
As T-Rex
on
will
this straight wing.
Quietly finish P3. Loic Mane finishes P4. Lex Hod with a recovery to P5. Mark Sternagel in P6. Mr. Saligiero.
Alex overtake Eastwood on the last corner.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a penalty.
Yes. Okay.
Remco and Joe fighting it out.
Oh, what a fight with Remco and Joe. Right from Remco.
Joe has went from hero to zero these last two races, from winning all the way down to the pits.
Joe needs to go to F4, to be honest.
Joe won last week.
Oh, right, okay. But I want racing with him, to be honest.
Yeah, Joe is relatively clean, to be honest. As it's all popping off in the F3 chat at the moment.
Oh, Panama. Oh my god. Panama on P2. I don't expect to see this flag on podium.
I think it's Gibraltar, isn't it? No, it is Panama, isn't it? I don't know. I don't ask Sam Kent questions. As all I've got to say is, great race from Louis. As Sam Kent actually thanks Matthew for taking out the opposition. And just to round out our provisional standings, Louis Morel in P1 after starting at the back of the grid, Sam Kent P2, Ronan Clark in P3. That rounds out your podium finishers. Then we have Loic Mane in P4, Mr. Lex Hod in P5, Mark Sternagel in P6, Luis Saligiero with a strong P7 from the F4 driver, Isfod P8, Alex Tidor P9, Joe Hamster P10, Sweaty Chicken in P11, and Sparrow in P12. Then you got Matthew, Zuchal, Camille, Axel, Edzak, and Hayden rounding out the DNFers.
Sweaty Chicken
I don't know.
P11. Oh my god, it's the best one.
Okay, as it's all heating up now in the F3 chat.
Yeah, I reading this and like, oh my god.
I have to admit, it's great reading every Friday night after this. It really is
you read
good.
What Sam write?
Yeah, it's very good reading. It really it makes me happy.
Sam wrote, I would like to thank Wrongson for taking out the opposition. Oh my god.